Hi. So, even though a lot of people are suffering right now, a lot of times we're kind of in our own worlds thinking that we are struggling and everyone else might be sometimes having a hard time, but overall like they're living their best lives. I hear this a lot. Um, I'm Emma Coble. I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I work with women with trauma and anxiety and couples as well. Um, so I want to talk about this today because I think that this is part of what's making this situation going on just in our larger world so much harder. Is that we all are feeling kind of like we're in it alone, or that our mental health is really struggling, and other people, like I said, like they may, you know, be saying that this is hard, but then they're going on to post great pictures on social media and like have a blast, and we feel like we're missing out and we feel more alone in our feelings. So the first thing I also want to say about this too is that people don't often talk about loneliness. Like it's not, it can feel shameful to feel lonely. It can feel like admitting some kind of personality flaw to feel lonely. But everyone feels loneliness at times. It is just a part of our human existence to feel lonely. So a huge part of this is also feeling like everyone else is connected and I'm on the outside. I'm somehow falling behind. I'm apart from everyone. Um, so this is not, if you are lonely, again, it's not a personal flaw in you. It's a part of being human. And there's a part of you that is asking for some kind of compassion, some kind of connection. Sometimes that's external, but it's also internal. So I FOMO and like the sort of like seeing other people and comparing to other people, again, it makes this feeling of loneliness so much worse because it feels like we're truly on the outside. Everyone else is connected and we are truly different. There's something wrong with us. We are not chosen. And that is an incredibly painful, it's one of the most painful emotions that human beings can have, to feel like others around them are together and we are ostracized or we're not included in the group. We are social animals. That is what we want. So you might be asking yourself these questions of like, why don't I feel happy? Why am I not, where these other people are? Why am I so far behind? Why doesn't my life look different or more like theirs? What's wrong with me that I am feeling on the outside? So this comparing part of you that is asking all of those questions, it's a protective part that is trying to protect you from feeling pain in some way. Um, and we're going to go into how to handle that. So the first thing is to find inside you this part that does feel lonely. So to maybe just like kind of come inside and see where you feel this part in your body. Is it tight, heavy? What kind of qualities does it have? Does it feel young or old, tired or scared? Is there a way that it looks? Do you notice any physical sensations about it? See where it is in your body and what that feels like to carry. And then acknowledge what this part is feeling. You don't need to argue with it, but just acknowledge like that it is feeling alone, and maybe say like, I see that you're feeling alone or behind or not enough. I hear you. Yeah. Ask this part what it is needing. Maybe to feel included, to be acknowledged, to rest, to know that it matters. Now, the parts that can make this hard are sometimes the parts like we talked about that say to like just get over it, or to stop being dramatic, or that no one else feels this. So those parts also need our compassion. um, so we're gonna kind of come back to that, to how to handle more of these protective parts. But with the part that is feeling this pain of the loneliness, one thing you can do is like, what I will like to do is like put my hand on my heart or on my chest and just say like, I love you, sweetheart. I care about the suffering. I'm so sorry. You're not alone. I've got us. I'm here with you. Let yourself cry. Let yourself like pamper yourself. Like treat this lonely part inside you like a little kid you have that needs your care and needs connection and needs a big hug from you. When this part feels like you see it and you're with it, oftentimes the loneliness can like loosen a little bit. So next, I would say to notice then if there's a critical part or a comparing part that's telling you that you're not doing enough, or that you're falling behind. Notice that. Notice it in your body and do that same thing of like finding it in your body, what it feels like, and noticing if there are physical attributes to it, if it has a look to it. Really tune in with this part and ask it what it would be afraid would happen if it didn't tell you these things, if it didn't compare you to other people. Thank it for trying to help you. Notice that it's trying to help you and acknowledge that and what it's maybe wanting from you. And see if there is like this more vulnerable part underneath that it's trying to protect. Maybe notice how long this part has been trying to protect you in this way. So this is a way of kind of like coming home to self and connecting with your parts that I work with my clients on more in depth in our therapy together, working on recognizing instead of just like getting fused or blended with our parts, noticing that there's a multitude inside of us, working on nervous system regulation, working on bringing out that like self energy, that like our higher self, and understanding that in our system, and also letting ourselves want connection without shaming ourselves. Sometimes also, just like the mere act of like just giving ourselves some external support can be really helpful. So sometimes it would be really helpful to get some external connection. So maybe just texting a friend, or maybe like going out and ordering a coffee and just talking to the barista for a few minutes. Doing therapy or going to a group exercise class. These are all ways of having some connection in your life that are kind of lower pressure. Therapy can really help with this. It can help you identify these parts and understand them and comfort them yourselves and come up with a way to nurture them moving forward. It can also help you heal the places that these parts started to feel lonely and why they started to feel lonely. So I highly recommend EMDR and IFS therapy if you are struggling with some loneliness. And if you are, again, you're not broken. If you would like to chat about this, and if you live in Colorado or Florida, those are the states I practice in, I do offer a free 15-minute consultation, and I hope you have a great day.